Hi everyone, my name is Aditi Gupta. I'm a HSP coach, healer, and a YouTuber. And today we are going to discuss who is an HSP. So we'll understand what is high sensitivity and what it is like being a highly sensitive person. But before we dive in, I want to ask you, how are you liking this background? Do let me know in the comments below or email me. I've put all my links in the description box. I just want to know your opinion on this background. Do you think it's too much, or it should not be too distracting for you? I really love this sun moon tapestry. I bought it a while back when I was doing a job in Bangalore, and I had the opportunity to decorate my own room. I had a meditation corner. I had my books shelf, macrame bookshelf, and this tapestry was just um, on the side of my mattress. So I really love this, and I recently put it up in my home. I am living with my family currently, so I put it in my own, childhood room. So now it's in the house. So do let me know how you liking this background, because I wish to continue doing more videos related to HSP in front of this background only. So if it's too distracting for you, do let me know in the comments or email me. And I also want to take this moment to tell you that I do offer one-to-one coaching, so you can book a free 20 minutes call. It is linked in my bio, and then if you feel that I am a good match for you, we are a good match for each other, then we can do personal coaching. So, and also I have a course on yearly planning. It can help you plan your year better and manifest your goals. It's called Heal, Reflect, Manifest. It's very affordable price, so you can check that out as well. Okay, let's now get on to the video. Okay, so first let's understand who is a highly sensitive person, or a HSP. This term was coined by Dr. Elian Aaron in 1996. Highly sensitive person is someone with an increased sensory processing sensitivity, SPS, to social, physical, or emotional stimuli, meaning they have heightened awareness to subtle stimuli and feel emotions more intensely than others. So you can also say highly sensitive person is a high sensory person, or they have high sensory intelligence. 15 to 20% of the total population are HSPs, and this trait is inherited. It is by birth. Like there are introverts and extroverts, there are HSPs. So this is not a disorder, this is not something you need to fix. It is a personality trait. And Dr. Elian Aaron has also done more than now. After Dr. Elian, many more researchers have come in, has over 30 years now, and they have also found that more than 100 animal species also have 20% of their species as highly sensitive. So if you average out, if you see that if you average out all of this and consider all the species on planet Earth, then it's about 20 to 25% or even 30% of the whole animals, humans, and every species are highly sensitive. So this is a scientifically backed personality trait, and it is too many to consider it like a disorder. Yeah, because 100 species of animals also have this besides humans. So it is proven that it is a personality trait, not a disorder or something that you need to fix. Let's understand sensitivity a little more. What is sensitivity? So we can understand sensitivity more by this acronym called DOES, DOES, in which D stands for depth of processing. So HSPs are deep feelers and deep thinkers. What does that mean? So when you think about, so many people are overthinkers, right? But not many people will be deep thinkers. When you're overthinking, you're just overthinking a particular scenario and it based out of fear. But deep thinking is when you analyze a situation on various levels and you go into depth about it. So HSPs think very deeply on subjects that they like. So many of them can be philosophers, scientists, and good at analysis because they love finding out trends, patterns, and things. And also they are deep feelers and have very complex emotions sometimes because they're feeling multiple things at the same time. So that is what you mean by depth of processing. Then O stands for overstimulation. Overstimulation, you can understand like uh, you can imagine a scale, and at one tip there is boredom and other tip is overstimulation, right? And then in the middle you have optimal level of stimulation where you're feeling good, right? So everyone has this, but for HSPs the window is very small, so they can easily go from boredom to overstimulation. So they have to take particular care of themselves and have a very strict self-care routine so that they don't go unbalanced a lot, because they can easily get overstimulated, and especially since we are in the age of social media and there are so many distractions, you can get easily overstimulated. And you are, if you are not connected to nature, if you are not taking care of yourself, and you are just surrounded by all this technology, radiations and distractions, everything, so it is very easy to get overstimulated even for a non-HSP, right? So that is a downfall, or you can say a weakness of their sensitivity. Overstimulation, they can get easily overstimulated. The strength is E, which is emotional sensitivity or empathy. Many HSPs are empaths. Now here I would like you to understand the difference between empathy and being an empath. So empathy is when you try to understand the other person's perspective, you put yourself in their shoes and you actually are trying to understand them deeply. It's different from sympathy where you show them sympathy for the situation, but empathy is where you're actually trying to understand the situation from their point of view. Now, an empath is when you actually feel what they are feeling. So, as an empath, because I am also an empath, I actually feel the sadness which the other person is feeling. I remember uh, there was my friend who is chill. She's very jolly on the surface, but she was really sad underneath. but we didn't talk about it. So when I hugged her, actually felt so many emotions, so much darkness, and it was like a big black cloud I felt at that time. And it was like I was feeling so depressed, but I could understand that this is not my emotion, because I'm okay. I was feeling okay, but suddenly this all these emotions came to me when I hugged her. So I understood that it is her feelings, and she is actually really depressed right now. So that is what it is like, being an empath. You actually feel what the other person is feeling, and if you don't have strict boundaries and you are not self-aware, you sometimes also um take in other people's emotions and make them your own, so you absorb other people's emotions. So many HSPs are also empaths, which is a very big superpower, one of their strengths, because of this they understand people so deeply. They are very compassionate, kind souls. They are very good. They can be very good coaches, counselors, therapists, and they have strong intuition. So they it is a big superpower, and if you know how to work with this strength. Then S stands for sensory sensitivity. So sensory sensitivity, you can say, our senses are more heightened. So that does not mean my eyes will be more sharper than a non-HSP, but I will perceive more than a non-HSP. So if I want to observe, I'm observing my surroundings, I will observe more things. I would pay attention to more details. I will be able to categorize into 10 different things instead of two. So that what it means by heightened sensory processing or sensory sensitivity. So I can wear many HSPs do wear specs or glasses, but so so what I'm trying to say is, so that being an HSP doesn't mean you have sharp senses, but it does mean you have a heightened perception of the reality. So sometimes the things people miss, you will notice, right? You may have more imaginative um, um, you remember more details when you see a thing. So many HSPs also have a very rich inner life, are very imaginative, they are visionaries. So all this comes from this sensory sensitivity. Okay, then let's discuss some science behind HSP and non-HSP brain, because it's very easy to just dismiss that high sensitivity is not true, that this is not something you should acknowledge in yourself or other people, because you simply dismiss it. You don't want to accept that it can be something. Okay, but it is scientifically proven, and there are three differences in the HSP and non-HSP brain based on research. So I will put the image here. Research suggests that HSPs have a heightened mirror neuron system, meaning their mirror neurons are more active than those of others. This increased activity contributes to their heightened empathy and emotional sensitivity. It gives them the ability to pick up on what others are thinking and feeling. So, every one of us has mirror neurons in our brains, if either you are HSP or a non-HSP. But for HSPs, then mirror neurons have heightened activity, and because of that, they are more emotionally sensitive, and they are able to pick up on people's moods, their expression, small changes in people's expression, they are able to notice those. So this is one difference. Another difference is how their insula works. So HSPs have more activity in the area. This is the part of the brain that integrates movement to movement knowledge of inner senses, emotions, bodily positions, and other events. So there is a greater activation in insula, due to which HSPs notice subtle cues in people's facial expression, body language, be deeply moved by music or art, or feel a strong sense of empathy. So what it means is the same as we discussed sensory sensitivity. So insula is more heightened. You can imagine it as our antenna is more active, so it is taking a lot more information than usual, so it's taking more frequencies, and we are more open to receiving um, more information. Okay, we are able to process more because our insula is more active and it's noticing everything. So that's why it can lead to overstimulation as well. And lastly, there is the gene difference in the gene of a HSP person as well. So they have a gene variant in the neurotransmitter called the don't call me on this pronunciation, but it is norepinephrine. So norepinephrine is a transmitter that helps the body with the stress response and is also linked to emotional vividness. This variant is what amplifies the emotional vividness and the perception of how HSPs experience life, along with an elaborate emotional enhancement. Okay, so they see life in full color, they are very imaginative, they have they they are dreamers, they love to dream, and be in their head a lot. So your sensitivity is your superpower, and this is what it means to be a highly sensitive person. Sensitivity does not mean that you are weak or shy or fragile or whatever has world made you feel flawed. Yes, you are different, but that does not mean you are less. You are different, but that does not mean you are less. Remember, the opposite of sensitivity is insensitive, being insensitive, which is not a good thing, right? So own your sensitivity and live the life you were meant to be. I'm also going to discuss how trauma can also make you sensitive, but it is different than what high sensitivity or sensory processing sensitivity is. So we'll talk about it in the coming week, but thank you for watching today's video, and do leave a comment below by commenting a heart, leaving a heart in the comments below if you stick with me till the end of this video, because I know attention spans of even I have very less attention span, so our attention spans are decreasing. So I really appreciate that you watched the whole video, and I hope you learned more about yourself. And yes, if you want to find out that if you are a highly sensitive person, if you are curious, then you can take the test. I've linked it in the description below. You can take the test by Dr. Elian Aaron on her website, and see if you're a highly sensitive person. So thank you so much. That's it for today, and let's meet tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.